Flu season's coming up, so these are some micro public hygiene habits that I've added these past couple of years that's been helping me prevent sickness, but also just take care of myself while I'm out in public, because it's nasty.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
One thing about lockdown is that it rewired my brain on how germ works and just like noticing it extra. But on the other hand, I can count on my hands how many times I've gotten sick, just feeling more cleaner and just the things I do every single day as I leave, come back home. So I wanted to share some of the micro public hygiene habits that I've added that's helped me in my life. Flu season's coming up and I'm gonna share with you some of the things I do for my public hygiene that, take some precautions for the germs and not get sick easily. But also this is a whole year-round thing. Disclaimer, I am not trying to make you a germaphobe. I'm not trying to make you scared of germs. Everybody was raised differently, knows different things. So I just wanted to share, I've left the really, bad habit that wasn't helping me, but I've also gained the habits that I need. Stuff that has just elevated my life. Just these tiny micro habits. How you can prevent unnecessary germs and just take care of yourself while you're out in public. That's basically what it is. And I just wanted to talk. So I want a conversation. Let me know some public hygiene habits that you were taught when you were younger and you still do now. Let's get started. Number one's pretty obvious, but it's don't sit bare on a public toilet seat. This is something I learned when I was younger, and it's basically because, think about it, you don't know how many people sat there. Also, a lot of people miss, and there's gonna be stuff on the toilet seat, and it's not like properly clean, and you don't want that in the back of your thighs. That's what I'm thinking. Today I'm going to take you on a journey of how my brain works when it comes to these type of things. I struggle with acne on the back of my thighs. So I'm not saying this is because of public, toilets. There's a lot of factors. And when I was growing up, I played basketball. Maybe it's the bleachers, the sweaty bleachers that cause the acne in the back of my legs. But one way I could prevent it is sitting bare on a toilet seat. I've even heard some people contracted things just by sitting bare on a public toilet seat. A lot of research was saying how toilet seats are actually not that dirty compared to a lot of things I'm going to be talking about. They compare it to a toilet seat. It's actually pretty clean, but one thing for me is I try to prevent the acne in the back of my thighs. Just imagine if there's some drips left from the last person that used the bathroom and you're like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna sit. And then there's it's that all over the back. So that's what I try to avoid. So it is possible to get infection from sitting bare on a toilet seat, but I don't know how true that is, but what I will say is, especially if you have broken skin, a cut, some type of injury, open wound, don't sit bare on the toilet seat. It could cause infection in that. It could get worse. So just be mindful when you sit. Just get toilet paper. That's what I do. As soon as I get to a public toilet, I really need to use the bathroom. I usually first wipe and then add some toilet paper on top if I need to sit. If not, if I'm in a hurry, I squat. One thing I've done since I was younger is squat, but as I'm getting older, I'm let me just take my time, put tissue all over the toilet seat and just sit down, be comfortable, use the bathroom that way. Speaking of public bathrooms, wash your hands before and after using the bathroom. So the before thing I just added a couple years ago because I don't know why I've never thought of this before, but imagine just going to the mall, shopping all day, thrifting, pumping gas. There's so many things, groceries. Once you get in there, our hands are already dirty. So just wash it before you go inside, use the bathroom, touch down there. You just want your hands to be clean. You don't want anything. I heard a podcast where a girl was talking about a tampon and how it was stuck up there and she was just trying to dig up there, just trying to get it. But eventually she had to go to the doctors and take it out. But the fact that she kept sticking up her hands up there with dirty hands, she got bacterial vaginosis. So you don't want anything. I know that's the extreme. That's not going to happen when you just use the bathroom and wipe it with a tissue and just leave. But you just want to prevent anything, especially us ladies. Down there is just precious. So just take care of it. Just make it a habit right before you go use the bathroom. Wash your hands so that your hands are clean. And then also, obviously, wash your hands after. But I feel a lot of people know that. I've known that since forever, but washing my hands before, I never thought about it. During lockdown, I just feel the germs came alive, or I am more aware of it. It was really bad at the beginning. My sisters were saying Sada, you're taking this too seriously, but I don't know what switched in my brain. Ever since then, I just feel I see it in real life, but I've gotten so much better at it because I know it could go to the extreme on a serious level, but this is just something I've added. I just feel so much cleaner. When I was younger, if you knew me, I didn't care to take care of myself. I didn't care for public hygiene. I'll be touching everything, touching my mouth. But now, I just feel like I'm taking that, and just changing it for the better. Next is carry some type of hygiene bag. I've mentioned this in a bunch of my videos, but it's something so convenient that you can have in public. I know public hygiene is different than my hygiene in public, but it's still hygiene. And personal hygiene is very important in public. I'm gonna mention this later, but feeling good also, just for you. Like, if I smell good, I know like it boosts my confidence, like to, reach my arms or give somebody a hug. Like, if I know that, okay, I smell good, okay, breath mint, smelling fresh, minty, I smell good, no body odor, I have my deodorant, aluminum free, we need to like reapply throughout the whole day. Even like travel size stuff, and you could just put it in there, could fit in your purse, gym bag, inside the car. I have one inside my car, and I have like, a mini one inside my gym bag, but if I ever need it, I'm always using my car, so I could just like pick up the deodorant, body spray, mint. Speaking of that, what I keep in my hygiene bag is mint, deodorant, body spray, some type of tissue or napkin. I feel like I need it. Like the randomest time, I'm like, I wish I had something to wipe this with. So I keep that, and then I also have hand sanitizer. That is one thing I reapply the whole day. Still, to this day, I reapply it over and over to just prevent any germs, bacteria. It's just something so convenient. Even if it's not 100% sure, I put that on and I make sure my hands are clean just with the hand sanitizer. And as I mentioned, just smelling good anytime. If I'm at home in public and I'm like, get a whiff of myself and I'm like, oh, I smell so good. Like I smell my deodorant. It just instantly gives me and boosts my confidence. That's very important to me. It might not be for everyone, but I just love when I keep up with my hygiene and smell. So I'm gonna do that in public too. This tiny pouch has saved me so many times. Even others, like they'll be in my car and they're like, I forgot body spray. Do you have any? I'm like, yep, it's in the back of my car. Be ready for the times that you don't think you'll need it, but you just have it still. Pop a gum, you might see someone attractive and like, you're like, oh, my breath smells. Like I can't talk to them. I have mint in my bag. Next thing is something I recently started doing, and I should have done it as soon as I started driving, but it's hold the gas pump with some type of tissue or napkin. You don't know how many times in the last few months where gas literally spilled on me, ruined my outfit, and the gas stains, it wasn't a lot, but you could still see it on my pants. The oil went on my pants, and oil is hard to get off. This happened twice, and I'm like literally rushing somewhere. I forgot to get gas, which I should have, but I run out to get gas and it's literally either dripping on my hands and the smell will not go away, or it went on my pants and it just took forever to get out. I was just curious, so I just searched like how dirty or germy is a gas pump. It says gas pump handles have nearly 200% more germs and bacteria on them than the average toilet seat. I'm starting to think toilet seats are actually really clean and I could lick them at this point, because I'm like, what? And I remember during lockdown, this was the number one thing, like they kept talking about, like, dude, gas pumps, make sure you have tissues, make sure you put on hand sanitizer right after you pump gas. Like, I remember when they were just emphasizing that. I remember that, but that's the one thing I decided not to do. I never had my own car, so I wouldn't regularly pump my own car. Like, if I'm driving my sisters or my, parents, something that I was taking, once in a while I'll get them gas. But now that I have my own car, I pump the gas all the time, and I'm like, why didn't I make this a habit? So now most gas stations actually have paper towels that you can just like grab, put it on the pump. If not, just carry some type of napkin, paper towel. I have paper towel in the back of my car. One thing I hate is the smell of gasoline on my hands. It is stuck and will not go away. And that's another major thing why I'm gonna use paper towels to pump my gas. Next is random, but I just think this is really important, but disinfect the trays on an airplane. So make sure before you eat, just disinfect it. It takes 30 seconds to do that. I have learned how dirty planes are in the past couple of years. I mean, the plane air, what you sit on, the trays, toilet seats and sinks, and everything on the plane is so dirty. The least you could do is wipe the tray that you're gonna put your food on and consume. There's a study in 2015 by Travel Math found that tray tables have nearly 8 times more bacteria per square inch than the next dirtiest place on a plane. They also found that the tray tables were the second germiest place on a plane after the bathroom sink handle. If that's what we're putting our food on, like especially if you're going overseas or you're on a plane for the longest time, the least you can do is as soon as you open the tray, just wipe it. Even if you're not going to eat the airplane food anything. You might get a drink. You just don't know. Just wipe it down. And one thing I actually love about planes now is that they have disinfectant wipes as soon as you enter the plane. They like give it to you in like those small square inch, but also just carry some when you're traveling. Like you'll need it for so many more things now. So just be mindful of the place you're placing your food on. Next is double check your silverware when you're at a restaurant. Listen, I understand a lot of restaurants have a lot of silverware that they might not wash every single thing, which I feel like it should. They have expensive machines for that, but sometimes it doesn't get everything. And you don't know how many times I went to a restaurant and there was still a piece of food left from the last eater. And I lose my whole appetite because I'm like, what's in the back of the spoon? That's someone else's mouth. That's someone else's food that wasn't properly washed. So just anywhere you go, I don't care if it's a 5-star restaurant. I mean, hopefully they have really clean utensils there, but just double check if it's clean. I actually have a friend that every time she orders something at a restaurant, she gets it with a side of plastic utensils, like everywhere we go. But you don't want someone else's germs going in your mouth. You don't know what other people have. Like you just want to be careful with that. So the least you can do, it takes a couple seconds. At the beginning, when you go to a restaurant, you unravel the napkin and then you take out the silver. It's mostly like silverware because, plastic is already wrapped and individual. Just check it, and if it does have something, just change it. Because the last thing you want to do is you're like, that's not my food. What was that? We don't want that. Next is change from your outside clothes when you come inside the house. Change your outside clothes, especially if you're just going to hop right into your bed. Especially you're going to go under your sheets. You don't want booty sweat from everywhere you sit in public. Think about the train, Uber, work, classrooms, everywhere that a lot of people sit, and then you don't want to bring that to your bed. Like your bed is such a sacred place that you just don't want to put the outside germs inside the bed. And I feel like this might be controversial. Like I saw some videos where they're like, what's outside clothes, what's outside smell, and it's like, okay, outside has a smell. Like you don't want to be bringing that to your home. Outside has germs with your shoes, so you don't want to be bringing that in, walking everywhere. And the whole point of this is just to lessen the germs from outside to your own home. Like just taking care of your house. You don't want unnecessary germs, bacteria just coming in because you just didn't change, or you're stepping with your outside shoes inside your bedroom and everywhere. I don't even sit in someone else's bed if I have my outside clothes on. I will literally sit in the corner. Like hotel rooms, I'm sitting in the corner because I just feel like outside holds so much things that you don't want to sleep with. Like the reason why I take night showers is because I want to feel clean before going to bed. So if I'm under with my outside clothes, might as well not take a shower. So just have like a set of indoor clothes and outdoor clothes. It's just for the cleanliness of your house, just for you to just feel clean, especially going to bed. Like if you're taking a nap, just change into your indoor clothes. The last thing I'm gonna say is keep up with your hygiene. And I know that's not like is that a public hygiene? But as much as you don't want to smell someone else's body odor, someone else's funk, someone walks past you and you're like, you don't want that yourself. So just keep up with your hygiene. Make sure you're wearing deodorant, taking a shower every single day, keeping up with your laundry. Laundry plays a big role. Like the public whiff that you get, it's either like, okay, they take care of themselves, they take care of their clothes, they wash it. It doesn't even have to smell like great. Like it can smell neutral. But if you're able to, and you're able to do laundry and take care of yourself, do that. Again, as I mentioned, when you smell good, when you know you're clean, your confidence boost. You don't want to feel self-conscious when you're in public, whether you're at the gym, you're at an event and you're, sweating or anything like that. If you prep and for your body, there's not a specific rule book to do your hygiene. If you do it for however it works on your body, your chemistry, whatever you need, do that so that when you're in public, you're not feeling self-conscious, but just having confidence because you smell good. You're just that good. But thanks so much for watching this video. I know it was random, but when I have these thoughts, I'm like, I need to take it out. Like, that's how I think of it in my head. But let me know some of your public hygiene habits that you have. I want to learn, okay? This is something that I'm like literally making a list. I'm like, I need to learn this. I need to do this more. And I want to be better at it. Not just for flu season, but just the whole year round. But I'm gonna make more videos like this when I have like random thoughts, because maybe you do want to know. But thanks so much for watching, and come on down.